Okay, so tonight we had the Dallas Wings taking on the Connecticut Sun in Connecticut. The last time that Paige and AZ will play professional basketball in Connecticut. Ultimately, the Wings get the dub in a close one, 86-83. Let's talk about it. First off, we gotta talk about one of my GOATs, Paige Bueckers. She played 37 minutes, had 25 points, 7 rebounds. Okay, we getting up there with the rebounding. 7 assists, no steal, no blocks, 64.3% from the field, 9 for 14 shooting, 2 for 5 from 3, 5 or 6 free throws. We gonna clean that up, okay? We glazing right now, 5 personal foul and 75.1% true shooting. So now we're going to my favorite plays. So this was a 3 that she hit in the first, so we love that play. Then we had this one, another 3. Then this was a layup that she hit, why thank you. Next up, another layup, this was in the third. Then we had another layup right here, then another layup right here, and then this was a tough and one that she hit on Charlize Ledger-Walker. I don't even know if she did it. It kind of reminds me of the one that she hit in the Chicago Sky game against Hawkes whenever she was like falling. I don't know if she hits these tough shots, but that was a very tough shot. And then we had this midi right here. And shout out to one of my followers, Anna and Ava, because she sent me a couple of videos and stuff of Paige and AZ scoring in the game. So I will insert that right here so you can see it. And then I'll do that for AZ later as well. Also, like, my other friend had clips for Paige and AZ this game that I'm going to show as well. Okay, so I want to shout them out as well. But thank you for the clips. I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all sending me clips for the reviews. Y'all ate. Something else for Paige is that she's on pace to have the highest field goal percentage in a 20-point per game season by a guard ever. Okay, you see this 20.2 points, 51.9% from the field. The efficiency always going to jump out for me. Also, she is tied for the most consecutive 25-point games by a point guard in WNBA history. Oh, this demon. Like, you see what we're doing. You see what we're doing. And then this post by Real. Paige loves scoring 25 points. Like, look at her last 3. Look at her last 3. And then this was her being clutch in the fourth quarter yet again. 11 points, 100% from the field. Okay, we were clutch at the free throw line too as well. But we've had this game. We've had the Seattle game this season. We had the Chicago game where she was clutch. The Paige Bueckers' clutch reputation lives on, because people really try to say she's not clutch. Like, we don't have multiple examples in college that I talk about all the time with NC State Elite 8, etc. But we clutch as hell, I'm mad at. Also, I love this post from StatMuse that has her stats. It said only Caitlin and Diana have more 25, 5, and 5 games in their first 2 seasons. And then this was her averages over her last 4, averaging 25.5 points and 5.5 assists over her last 4 games. We being generous. Here was the pregame fit to those who are curious, repping the UConn Huskies. Okay, we love to see it. Also today, Paige Bueckers was named a starter for the All-Star game in her 2nd season. Okay, so she got it the 1st season as well. So we're going back to back. Things that we love to see. I made a whole video about my thoughts on the All-Star starters, so you guys can check that out on my profile on TikTok if you're watching this, or on the YouTube channel if you're watching it. But yes, well deserved for. And then Gatorade made this for her for the All-Star thing. It said the maestro of offense. Okay, beautiful. Of course, she was the player of the game, so I wanted to show that graphic. Overall takeaways on Paige: she was great in this game. You know, she knows when to call her own number and when to hit those shots, and she hit so many clutch shots in the fourth quarter with 11 points and stuff. We scored at all 3 levels. It's there. I always talk about the same thing. With a 3-point shot, we hit some 3s. We got in the mid-range, and just getting to the basket, scoring, taking tough shots, not caring about how it needs to get done. You know what I mean? And just putting her head down, doing the work. We had 7 assists. Hashtag table setter. Hashtag PG1. We being generous. We dishing it out to teammates. Okay. Another 25 ball for Paige and stuff. So yeah, I appreciated her in this game, you know. Just always appreciate how she plays, her leadership, the same things that I always say. But Paige was fantastic in this game. Always a pleasure to watch this demon play the game of basketball. Generational hoops. Like people said, Paige was not losing in Connecticut. Thank you. Now we're going to AZ Fudd. Okay, so she played 32 minutes. She had 4 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, no steal, no block. Not her best day from the field, but we found a way to make something shake. We made the shots in the clutch when we needed them. Okay, so I will say those things. So yeah, and then this is the part where I should have the clip of one of the shots that she made in the clutch. Okay, so I'll have that right here. is that mid-range shooting this season for AZ, 33 field goals made, third in the WNBA, and 58.9%, first in the WNBA. Okay, so we're hitting from the mid-range at a great rate. It's something that works for her, so we love to see it. Also, she leads all rookies this season in clutch shots made in the final minute of games. Okay, so we love to see that. Coming through when your number is called, hitting those clutch shots. We appreciate those things. Very clutch as well. So we love to see that. Also, she stood with her banner for being the #1 draft pick in Connecticut. So happy that we got to see this. So I thought it was cool. We did bring the braids back. Okay, I get y'all ain't gonna want to see it after the game. I don't either, no shade. But at least we got one more time with the braids. So we did bring them back for the game. And then this was the pregame fit, okay? So wanted to share that, repping UConn as well. So yeah, overall takeaways on AZ in this game. Wasn't her best day from the field and everything, but she made the shots when it counted, so I was happy to see those things. I thought that, we had some good assists in the game. There was one, she assisted Paige for 3. Like, I thought that was great, so loving to see those things and everything. And so yeah, I think she'll learn from this. I think, I have all the confidence in the world in her. She will only improve. It's just one game. I know what she's capable of, but I'm just glad when her number was called in that fourth quarter that, she made the clutch shots. So, I leave here with something at the end of the day, so that's kind of what I wanted to say for AZ, but always support AZ down. Always support AZ down. Also, I almost forgot to say this, but always appreciating her defense and what she brings. It doesn't always show up on the box score, but just how hard she plays on that side of the ball and her conditioning and everything. Just always appreciate those things and just finding whatever way that she can do to contribute to winning. Okay, so wanted to add that in, but we know the defensive impact that AZ's had all season and that she will continue to have as well. So wanted to share that. Rike, she played 26 minutes, 9 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, no block, 30% from the field, 3 for 10 shooting, 3 of 9 from 3, no free throws, 1 turnover, 3 personal foul, 45% true shooting. To be honest, I don't even have the energy to really drag Enrique today. It's just the same stuff I always say. Shot chucker, construction worker, we need to trade her the work. So you watch the game, the stat line speaks for itself. So I'm actually going to move on. I forgot I made a tweet, but I said you think it can't get any worse, and then you see Enrique at the scorer's table. Because exactly, bro. Especially in this game. Enough said. I forgot I had to add that in. Taking a look at everybody else, Jessica Shepard played 30 minutes. She had 14 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, no block, 60% from the field. First half, it was bad for her. We weren't making any shots. Second half, we made all the shots. So I was happy about that. I will say those things. Also, I think that she actually tried on defense in this game. Because if you watch her in the games, she never tries on defense. And it got to a point. So she got a couple stops. She was at least contesting some of the shots that got made on her. So I was happy that there was actually defensive effort in this. Because the defensive effort be ridiculous, okay? She also got voted as an all-star starter and everything. So I will put that in there. But I think, at least we actually tried with that. Maddie, 13 minutes played, 7 points, 3 rebounds, no assists, 2 still, 1 block, 50% from the floor. We left with a little bit on offense. The defense is still bad, okay? What was that one? Was it the one Anissa Morrow got on her? Child, like, she was getting cooked in the post, bro. Land, 14 minutes played. She had 11 points, 3 rebounds, no assists, no steal, no block, 66% from the field, okay? I was happy with Land in this game, and I said this multiple times about how I feel like people will be on her ass and stuff, and the fact that she has not been fully healthy this season. Yes, because if you saw the preseason games, which I feel like a lot of y'all didn't, or y'all forget, she was really good in those games. She was setting good screens, she was making good shots, she was playing good defense. She played really good defense on Asia in the preseason game, but nobody talks about that. But she's been hurt all season, and I also feel like whenever she got hurt and stuff, I feel like they were kind of like rushing her back too early. So then that's when the criticism would come, because people would be judging and like, she's not fully, like, you could tell she wasn't fully healthy. So she comes back in this game after coming off of concussion protocol, and we don't have the mask, which is the big thing, because people said it kind of affects the peripheral vision. I thought she played well. I thought she was decisive. I thought for the most part she took good shots. She made some big threes. I thought she got some good stops on defense too. So yeah, I feel like it's only going to trend up over plan. I don't know why people kept saying trade, and that it was a terrible contract when we hadn't got to see her fully healthy this season. Okay, like, lock in. But I thought it was good. So, let's talk about it. Talked about Enrique. Odyssey, 12 minutes played, 2 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists, no steal, 2 block, 25% from the field. So yeah, didn't shoot it great. So yeah, I will say that shot that she took at the end and then she got blocked, that was a terrible shot. I don't know why you would take that. So yeah, I'll give her something for her leadership, like, off the court. I'll give her that. Because I heard, that she was, hyping up AZ and stuff like that and trying to guide her. So I appreciate that. I appreciate the veteran moments and stuff. I think she had some moments where she was able to come through. We had 2 blocks, so she had moments where she was able to do good stuff. And I think at the end of the game when she came back in, she was able to do good stuff to help us close it. So I think multiple things can be true, but didn't shoot it great. Talked about AZ Lee. 10 minutes played, 5 points, 2 rebounds, no assists, no steal, no block. I think that's 100% from the floor. I don't know why he didn't play Lee for more minutes, and I don't know why he didn't play her earlier, because clearly with the matchup with Brittany Griner, our post players were struggling. So Lee, with her size, was just going to bother her, and I feel like she was able to get some good stops. That 3 that she had at the end was huge in this game. I think she made some clutch free throws. So she should have played more. I just think in certain matchups, like when we play Chicago, for example, with Camilla, with those more physical post players, with those stockier post players, she does good in those matchups. So I think she should have had more minutes because I thought she was impactful. So I thought Lee did good in her time. All walk, 14 minutes played, 5 points, 40% from the field. Didn't shoot it great. Defense was spotty. Like I said, in certain matchups, she struggles. Certain players she can defend well, like Asia, for example, because Asia's more kind of like built like her and everything. But in matchups like these, she struggles. So it wasn't a great showing for her. You know what I mean? Zaza, 12 minutes played, 4 points, 3 rebounds, no assists, no steal, no block, 50% from the field. I'll take what I can get. Shook Sun only played 2 minutes, didn't record anything. Alicia Clark didn't play. Haley Jones out developmental, and Costanza didn't play. I also got to do my AJ DeBanza gimmick again. Like I said, he like Bart Simpson for real, but Dallas Wings now have 12 wins this season. So I've decided I'm going to start showing this every single time we win the games. For one. For two, that was one when he said that Paige was one of his favorite players in the W in the video, and another one when he said Paige deserves a signature shoe. Okay, so gimmick and rise. He was just number 1 pick. I will be catching the highlights. You see reposting all that stuff. Yes, I'm gimmicking, but he is a good player for real, and I found stuff to help with my gimmicking. So we here, 12 wins for Dallas. Now we go into Connecticut Sun. Layla Lacan, 32 minutes played. She had 18 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steal, no block, 35.7% from the field, 5 for 14 shooting, 2 of 4 from 3, 6 for 6 free throws, 2 turnover, no personal foul, and 54.1% true shooting. Okay. So yeah, like I think that she had her moments scoring the ball. I think that there was some moments at the end where she just missed like that layup and stuff. I think like there was a moment like this high to game and just stuff like that. So yeah, did not shoot it great. I think she had some good moments on defense, obviously with 3 steals. And she found ways to capitalize for sure. I mean, 18 ball is 18 ball. Efficiency just wasn't great though, but she found ways to be impactful is the point. So yeah, Charlize Ledger-Walker, 30 minutes played, 14 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, 62.5% from the field, 5 for 8 shooting, 1 of 2 from 3, 3 for 5 free throws, no turnover, 2 personal fouls, 68.6% true shooting. We let her have a legacy game, and for that, that's shameful for one. For two, Arika got beat multiple times. That 3 that she gave up because she was late to close out, and then she got beat again in the game, bro. Like, she ate off of Arike, bro. She ate off of Arike. So, she had a good game, good efficiency, but our defense was terrible. Everyone else, Brittany Griner, 30 minutes played, 13 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist, no steal, 1 block, 41% from the field. I think she had some big shots in the game. And then I feel like when Lee came in, Lee kind of bothered her a little bit, so I'll take it. Aaliyah Edwards, 19 minutes played, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, no steal, no block, 57% from the field. I thought she had a good game. She had some really clutch shots for them at the end, and we were going bucket for bucket at the end, so I think she was a huge part in that. Olivia Nelson-Adota, she played 24 minutes, 11 points, 8 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal, no block, 66% from the field. That and what she had was tough. I can't lie. She had some good moments in the game. She capitalized. KB, 26 minutes played. She had 8 points, 2 rebound, 1 assist, no steal, 1 block, 50% from the field. Diamond Miller, 22 minutes played, 3 points, 3 rebound, 1 assist, 2 steal, 1 block, 60% from the field. Lord. Anissa Moore, 4 minutes played, 3 points, 1 rebound, no assist, no steal, no block, 50% from the floor. I don't know why she only played 4 minutes. I'm very confused about that. So I don't know if she got hurt, because I don't remember them saying that on the broadcast during the game. But, if she was healthy and she only played 4 minutes, that's crazy, because I was expecting her to be a huge impactor on this game, because of I think she's a talented player and stuff. So I don't know why she only had 4 minutes, so I would have to look into that. Sanaya, 13 minutes played, 2 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, no steal, no block, 33% from the floor. I will say she definitely took some hard shots that she didn't have to. AC was playing some good defense on her at points, so some of it was making her have to take hard shots, but then there was just times like you didn't have to take those. You know what I mean? So I think her offense still needs work, but I think she's a good defender. I thought she got some stops. Nella Gloma didn't play. Gianna Neepkins didn't play. Reagan Beers didn't play. Haley Van Lith out developmental player, and Ashton Jackson out developmental player. Now we look at box score. So first quarter 16-22, second quarter 19-21, third quarter 20-19, fourth quarter 31-21. Ultimately, Dallas Wings win this game 86-83. Okay, biggest leads, we had a 6 lead in the first, and Connecticut had a 14 lead in the third. Now we look at runs. Okay, so the Sun had a 19-6 run in the first quarter. In the second quarter, the Sun had a 10-2 run in the third quarter. The Wings had a 13-4 run in the fourth quarter. Best play streaks, Maddie Seegers was 7 and Leah Edwards was 7. Advanced stats in this game. Okay, so we shot 33 for 68 from the field, 48.5%. Okay, so we got it together in the second half. The first half was not pretty. 9 for 26 from 3, 34.6%. So we continue to struggle from 3. 11 for 16 from the free throw line, 68.8%. How you miss 5 free throws? They missed more though. Missing 13 free throws is crazy. 15 turnovers is way too many. We were careless with the basketball. 44 rebound, 18 assists. 3 blocks, 26 defensive rebounds, my bad. 5 offensive rebounds. And then 18 points off turnovers, 38 points in the paint, 7 fast breaker transition points, 9 second chance points, 4 steals, and 25 personal fouls. And now with the Connecticut Sun, they were 29 for 64 from the field, 45.3%, 3 for 9 from 3, 33%, 22 for 35 from the free throw line, 62.9%. 14 turnovers in this one, still too many. Tied with rebounding with 44, 16 assists. You had 4 blocks, 23 defensive rebounds. You had 11 offensive rebounds. And then 19 points off turnovers, 42 points in the paint, 3 fast breaker transition points, 6 second chance points, 7 steals, and 23 personal fouls committed. Before I get into my overall thoughts on the game, I forgot to say this earlier, but Jackie Young to the Dallas Wings, who says no? People are saying that Becky won't give up her and blah, blah, blah. She signed a 1-year contract to the Aces, okay? Let's try to get her in free agency. Let's make something shake. 6 feet tall, just like Paige. She passes the ball well and can get others involved. She can score the basketball, so we have a reliable third option, okay? Because we know Enrique, like, how that goes. And then for 3, she's a really good defender, too. So, yeah, if we're going to do a 3-guard lineup, I would not mind Jackie Young on the team. But, you know, I'm soft launching this idea, so I hope that we can make that happen. So now on to my overall thoughts on this game, okay? I did do a live stream for this game on my other account, Anastasia250_. I'm kind of debating if I want to post it a lot because there was a lot of emotions and stuff in this game, you know what I mean? So let me know if y'all want me to post it on YouTube and stuff because I'm debating. But I appreciate you guys for being there with me and for crashing out. I need to go live more and stuff, but you know, we had our moment on live. So I did go live for the game. And I do have my UConn National Championship shirt on for the occasion. And I said a bunch of words. Anyways, the point is, we played terrible in this game. You know what I mean? I think in the first half, we just did not look like us. I don't think that we've looked like ourselves offensively for at least 4 games. You think about the Vegas game, you think about this game, you think about the Minnesota game and stuff. It's the pattern and stuff. So I think part of that is I think that Connecticut played really hard. I want to give them credit, you know, defensively and stuff. You saw the double teams and stuff that they were throwing at us on Paige, on AZ and stuff, making them have to take difficult shots, making them have to get the ball up and stuff. So I think you see those things, and I think that they just played hard, and you can tell that they scouted us well, and they had a lot of intensity defensively that I feel like we kind of didn't show until like the end of the game. And it's ironic because the entire game we couldn't get stops on the defensive end, and then at the very end we finally found a way to get stops for the most part as a group. But I think that they definitely played hard with that. But yeah, I just think our offense was a mess, honestly. I just felt like we were taking really bad shots. Like there was just so many that didn't make any sense in the game. Like it was just mind baffling, the shots that got taken. Just times where we were dribbling the ball too much, times where we would hesitate and have shot clock violations and stuff. Like as a group, we weren't able to get out in transition as much, and you got to credit them with the rebounding because that's one of the things that denies you from getting there and stuff as well. But yeah, we were just out of rhythm, we were out of sync, and we've been that way for the last few games. And it's just like, why does it look like this? Why does it look like this? You know what I mean? We had 15 turnovers. So again, I feel like recently we've been turning over the ball way too much as a team. You can't do that, okay? And I feel like a lot of it was self-inflicted. We made bad passes and stuff, and part of that was them jumping the passing lanes and like being aggressive and forcing us into it. But I just feel like a lot of it was us with the turnovers. So I just think you can't do that. I think that you can't do that, and I think that we just looked out of sync offensively, so I will say that. Jose's rotations the first half were terrible. I really don't know what he was doing. Like I said, I felt like Lee should have played more minutes in this game. I feel like Enrique should have played less minutes in this game. I forgot to say this for Enrique earlier, but Enrique literally got benched the last 2-3 minutes of the game. And this has happened before multiple times. We saw the Seattle game. He should have benched her at the end of the Lynx game, but then he put her back in and we lost. So I feel like he kind of learned from that. Or like some people think maybe he was trying to do that to prove a point. And then you're also thinking about the Phoenix game when she had got benched, the defensive possession in the Chicago game when she got benched because she probably would have fouled, the Aces game when she got benched when she was sick and tried to play anyways. So she gets benched again. And like I said, I don't think that he trusts Enrique. If you watch the interviews, you can tell that he does not trust her because he literally said with the defense and the coverages and stuff that they're picking and choosing like who to guard and who not to guard. AKA, we're guarding Paige and AZ because they're making the shots and Enrique is not. Enrique is getting wide open, but 9 times out of 10, she doesn't make them pay. So when you don't have a reliable third option, then that's just putting more defensive attention on Paige and AZ because they be playing Paige and AZ like they did Super Bowl. Okay? Like, let's wake it up. Let's wake it up. The coverage that they get, the double teams. You saw how they be guarding the games. They be guarding them hard as hell. So yeah, I just don't think he trusted her in those critical moments. So the first half he was doing BS with the rotations. That one that he had, what was it? It was like Enrique, it was Zaza, it was Maddie, I forget who else was in that, but that was a terrible rotation. Just the first half was terrible. I kind of wish he would have played less and he would have had her ready for the second half, but she showed up in the second half. Paige was great. She hit some big shots in the fourth. Not AZ's best game and everything. Like I said, she's still a rookie. She'll still learn to have all the confidence in the world in her and everything. And she made the big shots when we needed in the fourth quarter, so I was happy with that. But he just knows who to go to in those clutch moments at the end, which is Paige and AZ. And that's why he has to bench Enrique at the end of the games, because you put Enrique in, she's going to take bad shots and she's going to shoot us out of the game, and the ball's not going to get to who it needs to get to. So yeah, like I said, I thought Lamb was great in this game. I thought that Lee did what she needed to do, and yeah. And I mentioned this before about how the Connecticut Sun play hard, but they can't close. So that's what happened again. Rashid's rotations made no sense, because why didn't Anissa Moore barely play in the game? I need more information about that. Also, the officiating. Can we talk about it? There was a foul every 5 seconds in this game. They called so many phantom fouls on us. It was absolutely ridiculous. Completely messed up the momentum and the flow of the game. And for that, they should be ashamed, because every 5 seconds, every 5 seconds, they were not serious with the fouling and stuff. But we still prevailed. But yeah, Kurt got to make some trades. Like I said, our last 3-4 games, we haven't played like ourselves at all. And part of that is us. And then part of that is also the personnel that we have in employ. So, he has to do something. He's been sitting on his hands for way too long. I know he was at the game. So, you have to do something. You have to do something. So, I really don't know what goes on there. But yeah, it was very clear to me with this game how much that they were going to go into the post. And we couldn't do anything to stop it for most of the game. Just looking at the personnel that they have. So, part of it is us and, what we've done and stuff and everything. It's encouraging that we can fight back, but I'm tired of us being in that positions, and we got to get better personnel and stuff who are going to make better decisions and who are better players. So he needs to make something shake. He needs to get on the phone. He needs to make those trade calls and everything, because it's just continually concerning, and I'm tired of being stressed at the end of the games. So yeah. And so, generally our defense was terrible. It's the same thing about just the fact that we are late to rotate. Our defense in the paint is food, and they kept attacking that the whole game, which, I knew was going to happen, So that's something there. Being late to contest threes, I felt like we fouled them too much. And again, just, a will, a want, a desire to play defense. I don't feel like we have that for 40 minutes. I also don't feel like we have enough personnel. AZ needs more help out there. So I'm glad, Land's starting to get healthy, because Land is going to help her and stuff. And Paige can have her moments and stuff on defense, Paige tries and stuff. Jessica Shepard finally play defense for once. Enrique is a defensive liability, so that's another reason why we have to make the trades and things of that nature, because our defense is just terrible. So we got to get better players on defense to help with that load and everything. And then also offensively, we need a wing. Okay, too long he sat in his hands and done nothing. But you can't see what we've done in the last 2 games. I think that what we have is enough. Okay, it gets to a point. Part of that is us. Part of that is coaching. Like I said, Jose deserves his lashings for some decisions that he made, and sometimes I feel like he gets too stubborn and stuff, and he keeps going with bad lineups, and he definitely has some lashings and stuff for that as well. I'm glad we're able to fight back. In a sense, it is encouraging, but we have to get better. So we have to get better personnel. So Kurt has to do something. So I don't know. Maybe he doesn't like the trade packages that he's getting. Maybe Enrique's lowered her stock so much he can't trade her. I don't know, but I know that we can't continue to be like this. I'm tired of all these close games. It's very stressful. Let me know what you guys think below. Also, let me do my quick promo at the end and everything. So this is what I made when I went live on my other account. But if you want to follow me on other socials, here's my YouTube channel, Anastasia25. So yeah, I'm still debating if I want to post a live or not. But if I do post it, it'll be on the YouTube channel. Okay, I thank you guys for coming to the live. You guys were awesome. So that'll be there if I do post. This is my Twitter account at the Anastasia25, so you can follow me there. This is my basketball account, Anastasia Loves Hoops. And then obviously this is the account I'm talking from, but I made this earlier. And speaking of the podcast, a new episode of it will be coming out tomorrow. Okay, I finished editing it and everything, but I had so much stuff to post today and everything. It just didn't feel right. I feel like it was just gonna get buried, so I will post it tomorrow, probably 10 Eastern, something like that. I think that's when I'm going to post it. But new episodes coming where I talked about Dallas, why I feel like we need to trade Enrique. I talked about Atlanta. I talked about New York and stuff. So I feel like it's a good one. Had a lot of ground to cover. Still am trying to play with the format. I probably will change the format again next week because I have an idea of what I want to do. But that'll be out. I'll post clips promoting it. I'll try to remember to. But definitely check it out and let me know what you guys think. So that will be coming. Check out the last episode too. Let me know what you guys think of the format, things that you guys would like me to cover, because I'm receptive. I'm all ears. But new episode of the podcast will be out tomorrow. Okay, it's stamped. It's coming.